Hi there, Luke here with episode 21 of our Eurotrip 2020 travel series, where we take you along through our journey that we did through France, Luxembourg, and parts of Portugal. If you joined us in our last video, you will have known that we were in the Saint-Étienne-de-Tinée area as well as Lyon before heading to the city of Dijon. After exploring a bit of Lyon in the morning, we then proceeded to the train station in Lyon, where we took the train to Dijon, which is located in the famous Bourgogne or Burgundy region of France. This city, being Dijon as well as being located in Bourgogne, can be known for three main things. 1, escargot, 2, red wine, in particular Pinot Noir, and then of course Dijon mustard. Shortly after we arrived in Dijon, we headed to our Airbnb to drop off our bags and then headed straight for the town center. We found that Dijon has a lot of really charming and beautiful architecture with lots of half-timbered houses. Our first stop was to the Palace of the Dukes of Burgundy, which offered really great views inside and outside, and was also free to enter. Afterwards, we enjoyed just walking around the area that surrounded the palace that has lots of little alleyways to snake around and get lost in. All of this walking was on our way to the 13th century Church of Our Lady, which featured some really great exterior views, particularly if you are interested in gargoyles, as this is a Gothic-style church. We then proceeded to the Hôtel-Dieu de Beaune, which we enjoyed for both the interior and exterior views. We loved the particular tile work that a lot of the ceilings had in this particular area of France. Nearby is a specialty mustard shop called La Moutarderie Edmond Fallot. This shop had literally walls and walls of differently flavored Dijon mustards to sample. So we decided to get some small ones for only €1 each, quite cheap, and took them home with us. Our last stop of the day in Dijon was visiting St. Michael Church, which is a 15th century Gothic church. To round off our day, we decided to relax outside, sitting at a table at a restaurant called Le Comédie, and enjoyed some red wine and escargot. It was really delicious and a great way to finish the day. The next day was a little bit rainy, but fortunately we had kept this in mind looking at the forecast for the couple days before. So we had a plan. We decided to head to the town of Beaune, where we were able to visit a winery and enjoy just some indoor activities that involved enjoying delicious red wine. There are a ton of wineries to consider in this particular area, but the one that we picked was one called Domaine de Play, where we had a really lovely experience chatting with our guide and sampling the various different wines that this winery had to offer. It is a relatively new winery in the area, but it's definitely not one to miss if you are in the area. We highly recommend. We learned a lot about how wine is made in the Bourgogne region and a lot of the subtleties of what it means to own land in this particular area of France. It was very interesting learning about the history and the culture of this particular wine region. After our great tour, we got to sample 3 different wines and just enjoy the result of all of this hard work of making wine. It was a great way to spend the afternoon. We finished off our time in Beaune by visiting the Hospices de Beaune, which was a special hospital that operated as early as the 1400s for the poor. It's interesting both for the historical aspects of it, but also in terms of its architecture. It is considered one of the best preserved Renaissance buildings in all of Europe, and it also features this characteristic style of tile roofing that I mentioned earlier in Dijon. This tile is unsurprisingly called Burgundian tile, and I really liked the design and look of it. This hospital is now a museum. It's not actually a functioning hospital anymore, but it's a really great way to spend a rainy afternoon in Beaune. Alright everyone, that is it for our video featuring the Dijon and Beaune area. Did you learn something new or appreciate a different area of France that maybe you wouldn't have thought about experiencing before? Let us know in the comments down below if you did. If you liked this video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe. And stay tuned for our next video where we take you to the regions of Colmar and Strasbourg. See you then. Bye!